Hello, welcome to Peculiar Happenings. I'm Shelby,
And I'm Lee.
and you are listening to the Season 4 premiere of Peculiar Happenings. With your hosts, Shelby and Lee, and joined today in the studio, Joe Keary.
Joe Keary and Maya!
The sound of a door opening. Oh, hello, everybody. Anyway.
Hello, guys. My name is Steve Harrington.
It is me, Joe Keary.
Joe
Here
Keary,
for a
what are
very
we?
special episode.
I am here.
I think we've done this bit too many times, but
We have.
it makes me laugh every time, so I enjoy it greatly. Yeah. Anyway, welcome back, everyone who is definitely listening. We've got listenership in the millions. I can feel it in my bones.
We got Matt Volts over here.
Oh, Matt Volts. Shout out to Matt Volts and whatever
Shout out.
assistant is listening to this episode right now.
Welcome, guys. I hope you're chilling.
Couldn't do the show without you.
Exactly.
But yeah, so this is the beginning of season 4. We're gonna have as many seasons as Stranger Things when we're done. But
we just like rise to godhood. We're just like
we
descend to the ether.
We become the Duffer Brothers.
Literally.
Well, yeah. So welcome to the season 4 premiere.
Mm-hmm.
I think the plan for today is we originally had a theory episode we did at the end of the last season that is lost to time. It's our first lost episode, Lee.
First lost episode out of 24
Out
episodes.
of 24 episodes.
We've only lost one.
We've only lost one. And it was outside of our control. It was not us being technically deficient.
Nope.
It was because I think there was a power outage at the station and things hadn't fully reset by the time we got in and started recording.
It crashed.
It did. It was sad. So that was our theory episode. We'll probably hit some of the same points that we hit, just to reiterate. I was thinking we could maybe go over like the episode names again. But we're gonna be starting it off fresh. We're gonna be starting it off hot with some trailer reactions. But actually, before that, do you want to talk about a little about what we did over the summer? What we did over the summer. Would you like to start?
I can start.
Yeah.
I moved in with my mom. That was pretty
Lovely.
cool. I visited my dad still. I started work at an after-school program, but the summer edition, kind of.
Ooh.
So it was a summer camp. It was super fun, but really tiring because it was a 8 to 5 job. So,
Didn't
well,
you say
basically.
you were getting up at like 5:30, 5:40,
Yeah,
so you had time
I
to
was
do
getting
everything?
up very early to get ready.
Brave
once,
man.
Once a week we have an early morning meeting, so we have to get there even earlier.
Oh,
so
God.
that's fun.
What time was that?
We had to be there by 7.
Oh no.
But it was a fun job. I love working with the kids. I hope they love working with me. I had a different job though, so I was kind of doing more activity stuff. I was basically the guy that ran around to make sure all like the materials and art craft supplies were there for what was
Oh my
needed.
God, that's just like what I do at my job.
Literally,
Oh my God.
just different fonts,
Just
basically.
different fonts, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do this summer, Shelby? You had some fun stuff going on.
I did. So I was still working my usual job at the Strong Museum as guest services host, which is, I was doing the same thing. It was a lot of running around, making sure the crafts were stocked, telling people where the bathrooms were. It does sound really whimsical when I describe it, though, sometimes, because sometimes people are like, oh, Shelby, what did you do today? I'd be like, oh, I was in the back, so I had to make sure the Wizard's Workshop had enough crafts. I had to make sure the crown room in the castle had enough paper and had to get glue off the table. And I also covered someone's break for the butterfly garden, because I got trained in the butterfly garden over the summer.
Yes,
I
butterfly
got
garden.
trained in a lot of other places, too, so hopefully by the time winter break rolls around, I can get a pay raise.
Yeah.
But
love to see
it was like, yeah, I covered someone's break in the butterfly garden. A butterfly escaped, so I had to catch it and put it back in the garden. It sounds like I work in a magical forest.
It's fantastic.
It sounds like I am a gnome,
Yep.
and I work in the enchanted forest, and they pay me in acorns and bags of magical tea and pinches of fairy dust.
And it's iconic, and I love it. Maybe a little mushroom here and there.
Yeah,
but
they
like
throw a little mushroom
the regular
as a bonus. As a bonus. Yeah, the regular kind. Not that kind of mushroom.
Yeah, no.
Don't be
Guys,
weird.
get your
It's just
mind out of
no
the
mushroom.
gutter.
Get your mind out of the gutter, you weirdos. But yeah, so I was doing that part-time. And I was also doing an internship at the Genesee Country Village and Museum, which was awesome and super, super fun. I got to work in the textiles vault. I got to make mounts for shoes. On the second day, I handled a pair of shoes older than this country, and that was very frightening. I felt a great fright in my heart because I made the mount, and then I went to my supervisor and I was like, hey, Brandon, I need the information for these shoes because I wasn't in the database, so I couldn't access all the museum's information. He was like, okay, so those are gold silk shoes, date range 1740 to 1750, and I went, my God. But yeah, that was really fun. I got to go on a little road trip to Geneva with my supervisor because there's a historical society that was deaccessioning some clothing. So we went through all of that. I took notes. I put it in a spreadsheet.
Beautiful.
Fun time.
Gotta love a good
And I got
spreadsheet.
school credit for it. Yay.
Get it.
Yeah, but that was, honestly, that was most of my summer.
Yeah.
I think the only other thing I didn't note was I went to a Ghost concert, which was pretty awesome.
That I saw the pictures and they looked pretty sick.
It was pretty awesome. I did full face paint. I had a cravat, and I had a priest's robe that I made for completely unrelated reasons for a project I did spring semester. So I finished the hem of that, and I wore that. It was awesome. It was great. It was a good time.
Epic.
Yeah. Oh, I just dropped my phone. One moment.
Row. But yeah, I did similar stuff. It was really just work, and I don't think I did any big trips or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I went car shopping about a car.
Yes,
Tina.
Named after Tina of Bob's Burgers fame.
Borgert Bobbert.
Over
Robert
the summer,
Borgert.
I rewatched a lot of. You kind of got me back into Bob's Burgers because we also had access to it because my parents have Macs. So I went through and I started watching a lot of episodes because it's been so long since I've seen every episode of the show ever made. But some of them I saw in like middle school, early high school, so I don't remember them. So I went back through. I rewatched all of the Halloween episodes. I think save for one. God, I love Bob's Burgers. It's such a solid show.
It's iconic. It really is. I
It's so
think
good.
I'm at season 6 or 7.
Wonderful.
Which was a decent amount considering I also watched a few other like once through shows like
Yeah.
that didn't have many seasons. So I watched like a few different sitcoms, and then I also was working. So I think I got pretty far for Borgert Bobbertson.
Borgert Bobertson. I watch. Oh, Logan got the whole family starting to watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia over the summer.
I have heard good things.
It's really funny, but especially for the earlier seasons, it's
Yeah.
very much a show that was made in the 2000s.
Oh yeah.
You'll watch some of it and you'll be like, "Oh my god!" It's quite funny though. It's quite funny. Quite
They
funny.
did a crossover with Abbott Elementary. That's a really good show right now
Yes.
that I also love.
My mom watches Abbott Elementary.
I love it so much. It is so good, and she is an icon for that, and I
feel like-
respect her. I respected her before. I respect her more now.
I feel like at this point we just need to have a guest episode where just my mom comes on and you
Yeah.
guys can talk about Bridgerton and Abbott Elementary,
Oh,
and
I
I
have so many
go,
thoughts.
"Uh-huh,
I have so many thoughts.
that's crazy," because I haven't seen either of
Icon.
those shows. I saw a bit of the episode of Abbott Elementary where they're trying to like do a school garden because the school food is so bad.
Yes.
I saw a bit of that.
Yes, and then they
was fun, though.
don't know how to garden, so
Yeah.
that they're killing it. And then Gregory has this secret that he doesn't want anyone to know
Mhm.
that he's really good at gardening because his dad was a landscaper. So he has been keeping the garden alive for them at night, and it's so
Night
funny.
gardening.
Yeah, so he kind of like was secretly doing that behind their backs, and they thought they were killing the garden, like killing in a good way. Like they were like, yes, we're killing it, but they were actually literally killing the garden, and he was just saving it. And
They're like, yeah, high five team, and when their backs all turned, he like scurries behind and puts
Yep.
like some fertilizer.
Yep. But they did a crossover with It's Always Sunny
Oh,
in
yeah.
Philadelphia, and it was really funny because apparently the plot was that they needed volunteers to help with some stuff, and all of a sudden they didn't have any volunteers, and all of a sudden they have like 6 people that are like so ready to volunteer and like excited to help, but it was because they all were on parole and they needed parole volunteer hours. So they were trying to get Abbott Elementary as the school to sign off on all their volunteer hours after helping for just like a week, even though they needed way more time
Yeah.
than that. And it was very funny and very chaotic. And Danny DeVito was very funny in it.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep.
That sounds about right. I probably should watch some of that show sometime. It seems good. It seems good.
Yes, indeed.
And also, my mom did just text and say she's available to do a guest appearance. So you heard
Beautiful.
it here first, folks. Peculiar Happenings. This is going to be the season of guest appearances.
Yes, it
I
is.
have two guest jock forms in my backpack right now. I know how to hook up this bad boy to Graham Command.
Get it?
So we're going to have guest appearances like nobody's business.
I'm very excited. It's
Oh,
going to
yes.
be fun. I
It
think
is.
it'll be fun. We got
gonna
some
be
fun
great.
topics picked out for them. Some I think we might little improv a bit, but you know
yeah.
that's always the best part.
That's what we do for the show. We take like 5 bullet points and we go, okay, and we
Yeah.
roll with it.
Because we usually end up rambling about those 5 bullet
Oh,
points
yeah.
for most of the time.
Oh, yeah. So
I mean, we've already rambled for what? Oh, I
11
guess it's only been like
minutes.
10 minutes,
Yeah,
but still.
still a good
We've been
amount.
rambling.
Still a good amount. But all right, so let's
Let's get
let's
into
get
it.
into the episode. Let's get into the episode.
Indeed.
So
Should we get into I have an
Oh.
idea.
Oh, what's your idea?
So we should talk first about the underwhelming feelings we felt about the first clips they
Okay.
announced.
Because Yes, because I have our initial reactions from the first one up here,
Yeah.
but I think this is a good plan. So I think the very, very first teaser. Do you want to start or do
No,
want
you
me to?
can.
I think so. The very, very first teaser that came out, I think it was the May 31st one because I think I wrote down the date here. It was the teaser trailer for the new season.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, obviously, they're not going to put all their cards on the table at first, but I think it was fair to say we were a little disappointed because a lot of the footage was just rehashed clips from old seasons, and there was very, very minimal new stuff. I think there were maybe like a couple clips of new frames at the end.
It was very much like a countdown. Like it started with 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Like part 1, then part 2, and it kind of had a few clips from each, and it was like building up. And then it was like, oh, here are the new clips, but it was like 10 seconds at the end of it, and there was like a singular clip per second. Like it wasn't any new content other than like single frames. Yeah. They did, however, post afterwards the single frames and like photo collage, which was nice. So then it was easier to go through and like look at it. And there were some cool things, but I had so many questions. Yeah. And so I was just like, I was expecting so much more because I kind of were like, oh, we're going to do, it's the first trailer. And we were all so excited. And then it was all the content we knew and have seen for the past like decade, you know?
Oh, yeah. I think even after we watched it, after our initial reactions got out of the way, I was like trying to slow down the playback time because I was like,
what happened?
What happened? Because it was very brief and it was not a lot of it, which to be fair, first trailer. Yeah. Can't give them too much hate for it, but I was also like, I was definitely intrigued, which that's probably what they're going for, but I was like, come on.
It's like, I want more.
Give us something to work with. Give us something to work with.
It's hard for any series when they're coming out with something new, and it's been a while because they don't want to put all their cards on the table, but we have been waiting for so long for this. I mean, for this season 5, I mean, in general, like the series has been going on for about
3 years since the last one.
It has
I remember
been.
Initially watching season 4 in my living room, like senior year of high school.
Yep, it was the part 1 came out the spring of our senior year, and then part 2 came out in the summer.
Yeah.
So it was kind of it was split up, and it's been a long time now. So I think that's why I felt a little underwhelmed. I was like, I really want more, but they did give us more, which is what we want to talk about today, because they did indeed come out with a longer trailer that was like, wasn't it? It was about a minute and a half, right? It was longer enough.
You know what? We'll see when we rewatch it.
When
later.
we rewatch
That's right.
it.
You're getting a
right
live
now.
reaction.
You heard it heard first, folks.
You heard it here first.
You heard it, folks.
Oh, yeah. But, so I have some other bullet points, I think, for the initial little teaser that came out, which... So these are my notes because I think we were on FaceTime, or were we on Discord?
I think we ended up being on FaceTime.
I think we were on FaceTime because I couldn't get the audio to work in Discord.
Yeah.
One of the first things I wrote was just, Lee is sick and might have been crying real tears.
Yes,
I think you were.
I did.
I
think I did cry because I was very excited. But then after the initial wore off, I was like, wait, I want more. I need more. Where is it?
And the illness, too. The illness will do that, too.
I was
worked with kids all summer. That would get you.
Yeah.
Even I got ill one time over the summer, even. It was not good.
I got sick 4 times this summer.
Jeez,
to the point where I went home one day at work because I got so ill so fast. And turns out, I think it might have been a severe cold, but the flu was going around. And
and the little kids will do it.
They're just on top of you. I had a kid spit in my mouth this summer.
You told me that, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh god.
He has a lot of spit, and so when he talks, he's 5.
It just kind of flew out.
Projects, and it went in my mouth, and I think that might have been what got me sick, to be honest. But
that would do it.
Yeah, I was ill that week.
Yeah, that would do it.
It was.
But new scenes. So this is the few frames that we got, and they weren't anything huge. There was one scene where like Susie was in Hawkins with them, which I think will be really, really interesting because for the most part, Susie has been a character that's sort of been in the background because she's been able to be contacted through Dustin's radio. And of course, in the last season, they were already in California. They did a road trip to contact her to get her help. But it's going to be really interesting to see what circumstances she's in Hawkins. It could even be something benign. It could even just be she's come up to visit Dustin.
It could be.
You know?
Because this is during, it's coming to the fall, right?
Yes, I think it's starting at the fall.
Starting at the fall.
Full circle.
It could be a fall break.
It could be maybe it's a fall break. Maybe
Because
Susie's
we
come
had
up to
spring
visit.
break.
I could see it. Maybe she comes up to visit, but then she gets stuck in Hawkins because at some point this is, I forget if it was this trailer we saw it or if it was revealed later. There does seem to be some sort of like military presence in Hawkins. The town seems to be on a bit of like a military lockdown because of what's happening with the upside down.
Maybe even a curfew of some
Even
sort.
a curfew.
So she could be stuck there with them, for all we know.
Yes, that's one of my other points I have here. Government response to upside down. Sorry, I read ahead and looked at one of my notes. I'll say it when we get there. So the next ones, it looks like Steve and Dustin are back in the upside down.
Steve and Dustin. Sorry, I'm just
Dustin.
going to sing the whole time. I'm so
down.
excited.
That's so real.
They're the dynamic duo.
They are the dynamic duo. We've already talked about this in our theories episode, but it doesn't hurt to rehash it, especially because that episode has been lost to time.
Lost time.
Thank you for the backup singer. And joining us today as our backup singer will be Lee, providing vocals.
The vocals.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. But I really do think it just wouldn't make sense for them not to do anything with it. I think it would make a lot of sense for Steve to have some weird stuff going on, especially like he got chewed up and spat out by those bats.
Oh, he did.
They got a good like mouthful of his organs. I'm surprised the man was alive.
Yeah.
But also, Robin's fixation on rabies feels like it could be a bit of foreshadowing. Like, what if he gets weird upside-down rabies now?
Yeah. And I think another thing we talked about was that theory of potentially Eddie coming back.
Yes.
However, I think we also touched on in that episode that we felt it was more viable that Steve would have something to happen to him because he's still alive with the bats.
Yes.
After being bit. Eddie, we saw him die.
Yeah.
And it would be so cool for him to come back to death from death. However, if that is the case, they have been hiding that very well.
Yeah.
They hid that so well.
Oh, yeah.
And even if, like, in the trailers, there are sleuths out on the internet. We digest things, but
like,
there are
scraping by every inch of footage, every negative that they can somehow find.
And that is exactly what happened with Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
People saw in a big battle scene that one of the monsters got, like, hit in, like, a punch or something. But there was no one there. So they were like, the other Spider-Mans or someone else must be fighting with them. And when you're watching the movie, it is indeed one of the other Spider-Mans. But they just blocked it out because they were trying to keep hidden that there were going to be those cameos. So they're either hiding it really well or we're right in being they're not going to do that. And it could be Steve. And I think it'd be really viable for them to do Steve.
Oh, yeah. And I think hiding it very well is absolutely within their considerable abilities. But like we talked about, we saw Eddie die on screen. They're quite good. If you see a character die on screen in a pretty graphic, gruesome death, they're not coming back. So I think as cool as like a Cast the Bloody-Handed or Vampire Eddie would be,
so sick.
I think that is best left to the realm of fan fiction and fan art. Now, I say this, if this was revealed, if Eddie came back as a vampire,
I'd be so ecstatic.
We would be gagged. We would be sitting on the couch, screaming like someone just broke into our house with an axe.
It'd be worse
like,
than the one
shaking
scene.
each other by the shoulders.
Yep.
Oh
It'd
my
be
God.
worse than the one scene in Lisa Frankenstein.
Oh my God, yeah.
Even worse. We would be screaming.
It would
Michelle
be-
would go. She'd clutch her pearls.
Clutching her pearls. Exactly. It would, like, okay, as unrealistic as I think it is, I cannot deny the cool factor of just how astonishingly cool something like that would be. And you know what?
So
I'm a sucker for cool stuff, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, maybe it doesn't have to make a super lot of sense. Maybe it can just be cool. But I don't think that's going to happen. I would love to eat my words, though.
Oh, yeah. I would.
My expectations aren't high, but it's like, could happen.
I agree. I feel like I'm not expecting it, but I know if that were to happen, I would be so ready. This is going to sound mean, but to rub it in some people's faces. See, I told you.
Yeah.
We knew it. But at the same time, I know that it probably won't. However, I do think we're really on to potentially something with the idea
With
of Steve.
Oh,
and
yeah.
especially if they're the ones going back to the Upside Down. It might be because Steve has an air of protection around him because he is like
A connection.
he's connection or he's got these powers.
Yeah.
And it'd be super cool to see more characters because we're seeing obviously Will's connection, especially in the trailer. It insinuates it even more.
Which will go
Will's
over in
connection,
a moment here.
exactly. but we've got Will's connection, Elle's connection, and then Steve's would be so cool because we haven't seen that prior. So that would be, I think, a really cool way for them to incorporate more characters to potentially have a supernatural connection to the Upside Down.
And I think, again, just looking at what they have there, Steve got bit by the bats. He's not going to get out of that unscathed.
Oh, no.
The potential foreshadowing of Robin being like, oh my God, you have rabies? Is it rabies? How are you feeling, Steve? But I also think one of the reasons I love doing the show, I love doing the show for so many reasons, but it's also really fun to have both of our perspectives, both as people who write, both as writers, both as you, someone who wants to try to go to writing as a career field, and me as someone who does writing also probably for my career, but in more of like a historical and more of like my fun creative writing hobby way. I love both of us having that perspective and being able to look at what's happening and be like, well, this is what I would do if I was writing something in this situation, because I feel like it'd be kind of lame not to. Because like if I was writing the show and I had Steve get bit by bats, I'm absolutely having some consequence for that.
Exactly. At least show me some scar tissue, guys. Come on, show me something there's a callback.
It's the time-honored tradition of writers and authors putting their characters through the wood chipper.
Oh yeah,
it's hallowed, highly hallowed, respected art.
And they all have, but Steve has been through it because this man, not only did he lose the woman he thought was the love of his life, even though she probably wasn't. I'm saying that here in full confidence.
They were high schoolers.
They were high schoolers. But he lost her. He's been the side character that gets beaten up every time, but then also
he's their favorite little chew toy.
Yes, he goes through so much, and then at the end of the day just has to be like, well, I got to protect the kids. You know, he literally gets beat up all the time.
Steve the Goat Harrington.
Exactly. And that hair.
And that hair, Steve the Harrington. But okay, so let me look through my other bullets I have here, which is Joyce with an axe.
Joyce with an axe.
With an axe. And I think we saw some more of the scenes in the other trailer. It seems like at one point they're staked out in a barn of some sort. So my thought is maybe they're having a callback to the farms being afflicted in season 2 with all the tunnels. So maybe they end up on a farm at one point and having to defend themselves from Demodogs or the Demogorgon. Because I think Robin was in the background of that too. It looks like
it was.
There were a lot of characters assembled in like a barn. Joyce has an
Will
axe.
was there.
Yes.
Which would be iconic if we had a Robin Will scene, for reasons.
For reasons.
No, I think it would be so cool to see Joyce, because also I feel like there's multiple thoughts I have too to a callback of her with an axe. Is one, when Will first went missing, he went missing in a shed.
Yup.
So that could be a semi callback, but also I think it's an axe of some sort, or she uses something when she is trying to kill the Demogorgon when it's coming at her.
When it's coming out of the wall, I think she has an axe. I do remember that.
And she starts cutting the wall, and then people, that's one of the defining moments where people are like, she's gone crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she has been driven mad by grief. She thinks her son's still alive. She's destroying her house. She's destroying herself. And that's why Jonathan got so worried, but then they all discovered that, oh, no, there is something actually freaky going on here.
She was right all along. Never doubt Winona Ryder. Never doubt Winona Ryder. Number one rule. But so Joyce has an axe. We already talked about the government response a little. Will, of course, is involved to a big extent. And my delightful note that I wrote at the end was, Will at end looks like he's going to poop his pants.
Oh yeah, he was so concentrated. He was like,
run! He's like shaking. He's going, run!
He's like screaming. Got to clip that, guys. We got to clip it.
Exactly.
Someone make a meme right now.
When someone asks me what my favorite cool math game is, run! But yeah, and then I have a rating at the end. So I said my rating was 5. Not many new scenes, mostly from old seasons, which is what we covered a lot already. And Lee, you gave it a bit more gracious rating of a 6.5 because you said very excited. You're a little let down, but they've been secretive. They're known for being secretive. And then the only other thing I have for this little note here is the audio clip teaser, because there was a separate audio clip teaser that I think you told me about.
Indeed, and I have access to it.
Lovely. So that audio clip, from what I remember, it wasn't really clear what was going on. I wrote it might have something to do with the government people, because it sounds like maybe something is trying to break out, like out of a cell. So maybe they've got a Demogorgon contained, or they have some sort of containment set up around the rifts in the Upside Down, and they're finally starting to break away or gang way.
So it was on May 30th they put that out. And
before the trailer. This was before the trailer.
And then July 11th they said scanning for signal. July 14th, signal detected locking in at 716. And then July 15th, they said signals are clear. Expect shock waves to your devices tomorrow. And this is the audio.
Yeah. It's very crackly. There's some really indecipherable muttering in the background. I almost said for you audio listeners, we don't have visuals.
We don't have visuals.
Although it would be fun if we could figure out how to get the camera set up at one point. They'd get a really beautiful angle of Lee and a very beautiful angle of the back of my t-shirt and head. Slay, wave to the camera. I don't even know if it's recording. I'm assuming that one is because that's like the security camera to make sure people aren't like stealing stuff or breaking stuff. I think that's
like we could take this whole soundboard with us. That would
just
be
prise it off the
crazy.
table. But yeah. So that was our thought on the first little teaser. So the next thing we're gonna do is we are going to rewatch the next trailer because we did watch the other trailer that came out at one point during the summer.
Yeah.
And our initial plan was to FaceTime again, get our thoughts down, but we both got too busy, so we didn't get the chance to do that. So that we're going to be rewatching it live on air.
Live reaction.
So how do we want to try to do this? Do you want to try to bring it up on a phone or on the computer?
I can bring it up on my phone.
That'd be great because I don't have a signal. I'm currently SOS only. This always happens whenever in the booth. It's annoying because I'll be like, let me pull up my notes on my phone, and then I don't have a signal, and I'm like, oh, dang it.
The first trailer was that was the one.
Yes. We're looking for the second one.
Yep. All right.
There's a little rubber chicken. I'm going to see if it makes a sound.
Okay, this is definitely... Oh, it does.
Rubber chicken.
Rubber chicken. Yeah, this is theirs because it came out a month ago. And it's almost 3 minutes long.
I think that is the one.
All right, ready?
So we'll play it. I'll do my best to keep a running commentary so we don't just go completely silent. So because
turn my brightness up.
there might be a second of silence though because I might lock in too hard.
Yep.
Okay.
It's Steve.
Steve is opening a valve of some sort. There's a ka-chunk, a clank. A shot of the radio station. So Steve, they're doing something at the radio station.
Netflix.
Van drives away from the station.
Yep.
I think Lucas and another one falls on a bike.
We see Joyce, Robin,
Nancy, Will. Everyone's pulled up. The radio station is definitely going to be a new, big, important setting, which I'm stoked for because it's like, oh my god, radio station. That's just like us.
We got Will checking
rubbing the back of his neck. Guys,
this November.
I can feel him. Shot of kids riding down the road with
There's
helicopters.
the military.
The military is in Hawkins.
Burn in hell, Eddie Munson.
Someone vandalized his grave. That's really sad.
Got Max.
Lucas at Max's hospital bed. They're lighting stuff on fire, as the military loves to do.
We've got the original.
It's kind of the original
place.
teen group and Dustin in the Upside Down. Elle with a bandana. Love it.
The final chapter.
Someone's jumping from a tree.
Oh, we got some new military lady.
Hopper and Elle in the Upside Down.
Begins.
Dustin
we've
looks
got Dustin like he got
punched. Lucas with Max in the hospital. I love Lucas.
Oh, Steve driving a car once again.
Oh, yeah. Will passing
out.
Nancy, the Glock Wheeler, at it again.
Ooh, and then we had
Robin.
Mother Wheeler and...
oh, yeah, in the bathtub, and Holly in the bathtub. I do think Karen is going to get involved a lot more.
Ooh, it looks like Nancy might have killed someone.
Nancy, blood on her hands, trying to wash it off.
Hands.
Or maybe she fouled at saving someone.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. We already know we're in for a lot of deaths.
Oh, yeah.
Hopper is becoming even more of an action hero. He just threw some grenades. Mm-hmm. Erica has a needle for some reason. Who gave Erica Sinclair a needle?
Oh, we got...
Yup.
Vecna
coming to the membrane. And then he says,
Vecna. Stranger Things.
Title card. To steal a quote from James A. Janice Demi.
The final
title
season. Volume 1, November 26th.
Coming out on my birthday.
The final New Year's Eve.
On my birthday. Absolute madness. Stranger Things, Season 5, Volume 1, coming out November 26th, my 21st birthday.
iconic.
Iconic. They did that just for me.
Take a drink every time one of our theories is correct.
Oh, I die of alcohol poisoning by the end of the episode 1.
We're that good.
But,
We're that good.
Oh, yeah. So we already know we're in for a lot of deaths.
Yeah.
Probably.
Unfortunately.
Which I hate. I really hope Steve and Robin pull through. My hopes are not high.
My hopes aren't high.
My hopes are not high because Maya has said...
sobbing.
Oh, we're both going to be sobbing, pal.
It's so bad.
But, which is unfortunate because, I mean, everyone loves them. That's what would make their deaths so impactful. But, again, we've already discussed this. Robin's death would be especially impactful because it would be kind of rough to see the only openly, explicitly stated to be queer character on the show die. I mean, you can make an argument for Will. That's largely implied, though. It's not, you don't have it, like, writing on the wall specifically stated like you do with Robin.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my gosh. Silly lesbian.
I just had a thought.
What?
So you know how last season... Oh, I'm going to share. Don't worry.
Share.
Don't worry. I'm sharing. So last season, we saw a lot of Steve trying to, reinitiate things with Nancy a little bit.
Yes.
And then we kind of see Nancy at the end pick Jonathan again, really. Which
is like, Nancy, girl, just don't date anyone.
Just don't date
anyone. Focus
anyone.
on your career. You are a girl boss.
Yeah, she is. But if I do want her with anyone, I just don't want her and Steve together. She could be with anyone else, and I'd be fine with it. I'd be like, okay. But I just think she either needs to be alone or not with Steve.
Yeah.
And that's no offense, Steve, honey. I just think you deserve someone else who cares about you the same way.
It's time to move on.
However, I have a thought about it.
Yes.
Because we saw in the trailer that her hands were covered in blood, and there's a lot of theories that Steve's going to die.
Oh.
What if she's one of the people there and she has a lot of guilt because her best friend died because of Steve? What if Steve almost sacrifices himself so that another person doesn't die?
Oh, no.
Or that guilt isn't there, because to Steve, I love him so much, but he definitely has the mentality of, he wants to protect people, and I think he'd rather sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
However, also, there's that feeling of his life peaked in high school, and he's a little probably depresso. And what if he's like...
He said specifically in season 3, I make $3 an hour, and I have no future. Steve, it's not looking good.
And the one thing that would make him happy is Nancy choosing him again. And if Nancy is clearly not choosing him again, he is okay to die because he feels like his life has no purpose.
No. Steve,
oh my gosh, no! I hate that
God.
I have these thoughts.
We are going to be bawling if it happens.
If that happens.
I'm so excited because I'm excited to watch Stranger Things again. I'm excited to watch a season for the first time with you.
Yeah.
Because this is the first time when we've been doing the show and been friends and knowing each other. We're going to actually be able to watch a new season together instead of just going over our thoughts of the previous seasons.
Yeah, and our personal experiences watching it.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be crazy.
I'm going to roll around on the floor. I know it. I'm going to start flapping my hands. I'm going to start rolling. I'm going to be like...
My roommates are going to hate us.
Oh,
They're going to hate us.
Because
it's going to be like...
room.
It's going to be like 11 p.m. and we're going to be on the bottom floor of my townhouse going like,
Yeah.
oh, my God.
Steve Harrington just died.
Listen, okay.
No, he's not going to die.
I fully
I'm
plan
on wood right now.
Knock on wood. Quick, find some wood. Thank you. The old turntable stand.
Yes.
But I fully plan, if something really crazy bonkers bananas does happen, if Eddie does come back as a vampire or something, I will be full stop pausing the show, going outside, sprinting around the townhouse, and coming back inside.
Oh my gosh, I did that as a kid.
The Stranger Things
sometimes.
sprints.
I would just get so excited, or just sometimes overwhelmed about something, and I just go run laps around the house barefoot in the wet grass.
We're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do that. If it gets too
We're
crazy.
gonna have to break into the baseball field and just run back and forth in the baseball field.
Climb over the fence, hop over the fence. As we're running laps at 10 p.m.
Demodogs, and we're running. We're just
Aru, the alpha wolf has arrived.
There's 2 wolves inside of you. One's name is Steve, and the other's name is Robin.
Oh my God.
Goodness.
Yeah, but
we could discuss briefly, obviously, our thoughts on that, but also talking on the air of Steve and other characters. We could talk about other characters we have heard that people's theories of them dying, potentially.
Yes. So, I mean, obviously Robin is a big one because I think that a while ago that is what Maya Hawke was quoted as saying, which is, again, unfortunate.
So sad.
Oh, but it would make sense.
It would make so much sense. And I hate it.
Yawning.
I hate it so much.
I think, honestly, everyone's on the chopping block. Everyone's on the chopping block. Will,
They
Dustin,
so many of the cast have come forward saying at the table read for the final episode they sobbed.
Yeah.
There's so many times where people were like, it was devastating or filming was hard to do. And they have said that it's not like, what was it, like PG-13 or
Is it
14?
like, I think,
MA now. It's like
Yeah.
mature audiences and like it's...
because wasn't the last season the first one that was PG-13 because they were leaning a bit more into that horror, like
I think
Nightmare
so.
on Elm Street
I think
vibes?
they raised it to PG-14 or something.
Okay.
But then this one is just complete like...
Oh, God.
It's rough. They did announce, I don't know which episode it is, but one of the newer ones, I think in the first section, that's coming out in November, they officially finished, and they said it's the most Stranger Thing-esque before things change and get a little bit more horror-based.
I'm excited. Honestly, I love their more recent foray into horror.
Yeah.
Because I
Really
feel like
cool.
it's really cool that you can see the transition because it kind of starts as sort of like this more like Goonies-esque teen coming of age sort of vibe. Of
Yeah.
course, with the supernatural elements thrown in, but
But there was
season
only
4,
the one bad guy. It felt
there
like
was
they
only
were fighting.
the one bad guy. Season 4 is where things start to amp up. I honestly, I'd put season 2 in the same category as like the Goonies, Stand By Me, even though I haven't seen it. I know the vibes, but
Yeah. You know the vibe.
we should watch that sometime. I've heard it's quite good. We almost watched it over the summer,
I've
but then
heard.
we decided to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles instead, which was really good. You'd probably like
Valid.
that. We should watch that. But season 3, I feel that's just classic over the top like 80s movie, like neon lights, cinema, summer. Things get really
Indeed.
ridiculous. Season 4, we're definitely fully into horror, and I think
yeah.
season 5 is going to be awesome because we're going to get more of that, and I'm really, really excited.
I think it's a cool, on that note, I think it's cool that it started out, obviously everyone of all ages can watch it,
Oh, yeah.
but especially with our age group, we grew up with the show,
Uh-huh.
so we saw this coming of age story about these
As
characters.
we were kind
fell
of
in love with them as we
living
were
it to an
living it
extent.
too. We were
Yeah.
that age. We were growing up as well.
Mhm.
All of the actors are our age.
Crazy.
Even though in the show they're not our age anymore, but
Mhm.
when we started, that's how old we were.
I know. It's
wild.
It's crazy to me if I think about the fact that this is a show that has been around since I was a middle schooler, and it's ending my senior year of
Yeah.
college.
I think it
Oh my
almost.
God.
I think it almost hit a decade, right? I think, or at least
It is gonna hit a decade because part of it
Yeah.
is gonna come out in like New Year's
2026.
Eve.
Yeah,
So it is gonna come out at some point to some extent close to 2026. So it's gonna be almost a full 10
Yeah.
years. Can you imagine?
yeah. We're gonna have to figure out when we're watching all of them because
Oh,
part of
yeah.
it is coming out over like the Christmas break.
Yeah.
But we gotta.
We will figure it out.
We'll figure it out because either we're gonna have to be really careful and not get any spoilers, or we're gonna have to like Discord or something,
Real.
or I'll just drive to your house.
I will actually. We can talk more about this after the show.
Valid.
Because I was going to ask if you did want to come with me for Christmas break, if you wanted to. But we can talk about that more
Okay.
later. We can talk about that more later.
Later.
So other things, we have the episode names,
We do.
which I can try to pull up my Google Doc again. We went over in our lost episode.
I can also see if I can find them listed on their Instagram if your phone
So
isn't loading.
one of them was Shock Jock, which obviously corresponds to because a new big location in the newest season is going to be the radio station, which, keep an eye out in the background for two nerds with glasses. Not saying we had a
Literally.
cameo, guys,
But maybe
maybe
we
we
do.
maybe we did.
Maybe we do.
Oh, I found it.
You did? Okay.
Yes. So the episode listings go. Episode 1 is The Crawl. Episode 2 is The Vanishing of Blank. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a specific name there, but they just left it out for secrecy purposes. We theorized it could be The Vanishing of Holly because it looks like Miss Wheeler and Holly are going to be involved a lot more. Because Miss Wheeler has been a bit more in the forefront ever since season 3. Episode 3 is going to be The Turnbow Trap, which it says is a reference to maybe real estate boards. Like in the show, in the continuity of the show, I think there's some real estate boards for Turnbow Real Estate or something. And that was behind the scenes. The Duffers posted about it. Episode 4 is just Sorcerer, so we've theorized that's either L or Will. I'm honestly leaning maybe more towards L because Will has been well established as like a wizard. He's really wise. But L would be more in line with the Sorcerer in the way that she was sort of born with her powers.
Yeah. There's a little bit of different.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I feel like if instead of the sorcerer, if it were like Will the Wise, they'd either call it literally like Will the Wise or like
Yeah.
more of a wizard-esque.
Who knows, though? We could be wrong. It could be another completely different character.
Could be.
But episode 5, Shock Jock, which our initial theories was that maybe there's a radio DJ or new character that runs the radio station.
Iconic.
Or Dustin, one of the other main cast, is working on a radio show. This is before we had direct confirmation that the radio station on the edge of town is just a new location for them with like a fallout shelter underneath,
Yeah.
which I think is
Kind of a
really,
meeting area.
really, really cool.
Where they're hiding.
Yeah, where they're hiding out. I still like our theory that that's maybe where the buyers are hiding out because they're definitely wanted by the government now
they're
after breaking out
fugitives.
L.
For sure.
They're fugitives of the law. But
That's so lame. Like, come on,
That is
guys.
lame.
Let's just give
why
them a
can't we all
break.
be friends?
Would we?
Episode 6 is Escape from Camazotz, which is Deathbat. It's from Mayan mythology, and it has to do with night, death, and sacrifice. But it seems to refer to a physical location more than anything else. This is one of the episodes we might have theorized it might be related to Eddie Munson.
Eddie Munson? Who said that?
Could be related to Eddie. And then episode 8 and 9, or no, episode 7 and 8 was just the bridge and the right side up. And I think that's all we have so far. I don't think that's all the episodes. I think that might just be
don't know.
volume 1, or maybe volume 1 is just going to be the first 4.
I don't remember, because they're splitting it up into 3 volumes, technically, because we have November 26th, and
Yeah.
then we have to wait about a month.
Yeah.
It's going to be
You're
terrible.
right, and then the last episode is New Year's Eve.
Yeah, so we'll get it then, like, Christmas, we'll get the second set. So I think it's 2 episodes, or no, maybe 2 and then 3, or maybe 3 and then 2. How many are there total?
I think
On that list, at least.
there's 8 total.
8.
I think it might be
Let me numbers.
they do a first half on my birthday, second half in December, and then I think it's just the last episode comes out New Year's Eve. I think it's just one
I
episode.
think it is. So we're probably going to get, like,
An uneven
3
amount.
and then 4, or like 4 and 3.
Yeah.
And then the 1.
Which-
But they're all going to be super long. They said they're going to be like
Yes.
an hour and a half. To
I was
going
to
to
say,
or
which
something.
works in our favor because we are going to need time to watch all of these and
Yes, we do.
digest it.
Yes, we do.
Let me see. Do I have any other notes?
We're going to have to schedule a whole afternoon
Oh
and
my
evening,
gosh, we
like
are.
free, because like the minute we start one episode, we're going to want to
Oh,
watch
yeah.
the next one, and so we're going to need to start at like 12.
Maybe
like
maybe
in
we
the
have
afternoon.
maybe we do like designated Stranger Things Saturday or something.
That'd be fun.
Where we start watching, like you said, like a little earlier in the day, like maybe early afternoon. Because I know Saturdays I usually don't do a lot. That's usually my work on like hobby stuff, clean a little bit day. Saturday is shopping and homework. Sunday is shopping and homework. But I really don't do a whole lot on Saturday. Last Saturday I spent like 3 hours fixing my baby blanket that like the back was tearing itself to shreds. So that would work. If you want to do Stranger Things Saturday, that would be chill.
Stranger Things Saturday,
Stranger Things
where
Saturday.
we eat a surf's up pizza.
Yeah. Oh my God, we could do that. Stranger Things Saturday, we get a pizza, we watch Stranger Things. That would actually work out really perfectly because if you wanted to do it at the townhouse, because I have the TV, the speaker system, we can get a frozen pizza.
Gosh, I love frozen pizzas.
We can have a
So good.
nice, yummy, delicious dinner.
delicious
A
dinner.
nice, delicious dinner. Yes. Because that would actually work out quite perfectly because we'd probably know which pizza we like.
That's true.
Because just a little taste for all you listeners out there, we are going to be doing a culinary related episode, so to speak. A culinary related episode, very fancy and high end and classy.
Very classy. Not
Very
frozen
classy.
pizza and
Not
snacks at
frozen
all.
pizza and snacks from Walmart.
No.
The fanciest. We're actually going to get an episode catered by the Duffer Brothers personal chef.
Literally.
Comes very highly recommended from Maya Hawk and Joe Curie.
Yep. We're gonna eat with the Duffer Brothers,
Uh-huh.
and they're gonna give all the spoilers.
Uh-huh.
They're gonna tell us the
We're
whole
actually
plot.
we're actually watching the world premiere of the show with
Literally.
them a couple months beforehand because
Yep.
of our special guest privileges.
They're gonna give us the original scripts, and we're gonna read it all.
And they're gonna
then at
sign
the end,
it,
they're
and then
gonna
they give it to
surprise
us.
with Maya Hawk and Joe Curie walking out.
Oh
and
yeah.
we'll scream.
Oh yeah.
And it'll be great, and
For
we're all gonna be
sure.
best friends, and it's gonna be amazing. We already are best friends, but
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like even more best
more
friends.
so. Even more so. But
Yep.
yes, that is one of our episode ideas because my thought is I think I'm going to try to do some more variety episodes before we get into the bulk of just Stranger Things. So we're probably going to have some guest episodes.
Yes,
We're gonna
episodes.
I think the plan is we're going to have our dear friend Tori from the radio station on
Indeed.
at least once or twice to talk about Stranger Things, but also because I'm going to make Lee watch Scream at some point, and Tori also likes Scream, so we're going to have sort of like a little Scream spectacular. Maybe I'll go with that for the name. Because I do think it would be a good introduction to a bit more horror, because a lot of stuff that you and I have watched is just comedy horror, which we still need to watch Army of Darkness. It's starting to get embarrassing. It's been like 2 years since we saw Evil Dead 2.
I think we watched it when we started the podcast.
Yup.
Because you were still in Eisenhower.
Yep, I was. We were still in Eisenhower.
And I think it was fall, too.
It was
so
fall.
it was like literally 2 years ago.
It was literally 2 years ago. But yes, Army of Darkness, it's a lot stranger, a lot campier, a lot sillier than Evil Dead 2 even, so I think that'll be really good from just a comedic perspective.
Yeah.
But if we want to sort of delve a bit more into horror and see how that goes for you, if you like it, if you don't, I do think Scream is a really good start. I also just think Scream is a very solid movie. I saw it for the first time, like this past spring or something. Fantastic. It was like, okay, I know it's a good movie and people like it, but you know when people say, oh, this is really good, and you're like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll watch it. And then you watch it and you're like, oh, shoot, they were not lying. This is actually good.
This is actually gas.
Yes, this is actually fire. That was Scream. And it has our best friend, Matthew Illiard.
I love him.
Plays Shaggy in live
We love a
action
baddie
Scooby-Doo.
who can do multiple roles.
Oh, yeah.
The diversity. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah. But, so we're going to have a fun little Scream episode. Because I know we have also watched Lisa Frankenstein, but that's not really horror. That's more kind of like, honestly,
Still
I'd
fun.
put that in like a romantic comedy with like macabre leanings.
Yeah.
With like some spooky macabre leanings. But yeah, I think that'll be fun. I will definitely give you like specific warning. I'll be like, okay, it's going to be some gore.
Something's going to happen.
Stuff is going to happen. Because this is what I do whenever I show my friends horror movies. I'm like, okay, we're going to watch a horror movie. You know what this entails, but is there anything specific you need a heads up for? Because I know people have specific things.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is they'll be like, okay, here's some specific things I have about, and I'll either go like, okay, nothing like that in the movie should be good, or I'll go, okay, this might fall into that category. I know when it is, so I can tell you to like look away. And if it really, really upsets you, we can
Or be ready.
Obviously.
I'll just have my hands like ready. So if something starts, I go, oh.
Or hear me out. We just sit next to each other, and I just cover your eyes.
Just covers my eyes.
eyes.
Doesn't even tell you. Just goes,
don't look. Don't look, Pookie.
I got you. Don't worry, kitten whiskers.
Don't worry, kitten. I've got it. Yeah, but I think it's gonna be really fun. I think it's gonna even be more fun. I'm also gonna make Leanne watch it because I think you two are the first people in maybe 40 odd years who don't know the twist. There is a twist, but I'm not gonna say what it is.
A twist?
There is a twist, but I'm not gonna say what it is. Yeah, Wes Craven movie, very good. Nightmare on Elm Street. You might also really like a Nightmare on Elm Street. That's also a good horror movie. Very solid, honestly. Very solid writing. Love Nancy. She would love Nancy Wheeler. I'm pretty sure that's who she was named after, actually.
Probably.
Because Nancy is sort of a very early example of like the hard as nails final girl instead of the screams and flails and runs around final girl.
I'm the final girl that just made it through because everyone else sacrificed themselves to save me, or or I just hid the whole
stumble
time.
around with a knife until something happens, but
until I fall into like the murderer and it happens to harm them. Like
Nancy, hard as nails, fantastic. That might also be good at some point, but we'll see. I think Scream might work for you because there is just enough comedy to balance out the more serious horror movie aspects.
Real.
It's fun. It's a fun movie. But is there anything else we want to talk about to wrap it up at the end? Because we still do technically have a couple minutes, but we could also call it early.
I just want to say I'm happy to be back.
I am also happy to be back.
It's very fun to be back in this station, be yapping here with you.
Oh, yeah.
And it is exciting. I mean, this is the final season, and we also are doing our show, and we're coming to our final season of college, really. So it's just like, it's crazy. It's all full circle.
It is. It honestly, it feels really, really surreal to be like seeing everything amping up for the end of a show that we've been watching since middle school, since we were like 12, 13, babies. just little guys.
Little guys, little lads.
That is, yeah, again, ending during our senior year of college. It's kind of weird. That's truly like the end of an era.
It is.
And oh my gosh, I was looking through my Stranger Things Pinterest board again the other day because I find some cool stuff. Oh my god, twin! But just seeing how like the humor in the fandom has changed since 2016, because I have some old pins there. I think last year I went through and decluttered a lot of old pins because it was all like very 2016, 2017 humor. That's like kind of secondhand embarrassment to look at now. But I'm like, the fandom has changed so much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a super, super, super popular show, but I definitely feel like there is more of like an alternative or queer presence in the fandom, which is really nice. And I think a lot of that, you know what, can be attributed to Robin.
Slay Robin.
A round of applause for Robin. Love you, Robin. But yeah, I'm just remembering how crazy it was to see like Eggo waffles everywhere, and so many people did like the Elle Halloween costume with like the pink dress and the blood and the bald cap.
Everything.
It was really a time.
It was
really a time.
Yeah.
Which
I feel like a lot of people have been saying like, oh, it's been so long, no one's going to watch it. I'm like, I think you have too little faith in the fandom as a whole, because we have been waiting so long. Why would we not finish it? Like, what do you mean? I'm going to be watching every episode.
Like, I mean, I know some people's attention spans and like how long they can fixate on one thing wavers. But for the most part, especially if it's stuff like this, it comes and goes in waves. Like, there's been times where I haven't even thought about the show for a while, but there's definitely been times. It's a sustained interest. It's not just, oh, I really like this, and then I don't like it anymore after a couple months because there's nothing new. It's like, no, I still really enjoy it. Yeah. And that's just a facet of it being a good show, I think. It's a good show, good writing, good cast. So it's like a tidal wave re-emerging from the sea to sweep across the shore, the Stranger Things fandom. Because it's like, what's a good example? It's like Beetlejuice. Yeah. That sequel came out like 40 years after the original movie. Yeah. People still watch it. I was in the theaters to watch it. Pretty solid movie. It matched the original camp and energy of the first Beetlejuice. I, of course, have my criticisms and my comments, but it was solid. I had a good time watching it.
Yeah, exactly. And people still showed up. People were still excited. It's still popular now. Like, there's still new stuff. I saw that there was costumes based off of the newer Beetlejuice movie, but also the original in Spirit Halloween this year. Like, it's already, like, people are hyped for it. People were hyped
actually,
for it.
Speaking of costumes, I'm trying to think now, who do you think, because there's a generally set of costumes associated with each season, because like, you've got like Elle in the pink dress in season 2. Actually, what costumes did come out of season 2? You've got the Demogorgon, of course.
Yeah, I feel like the Ghostbusters. But that was like a Halloween costume, but I feel like there was a resurgence in that probably. Oh, yeah. Trying to think specifically.
Season 3, that one's obvious. It's Scoops Ahoy all the way.
Scoops Ahoy and Elle's look from the mall.
Yes, Elle's mall look.
Yeah. 4 was very much Eddie Munson.
I feel like I also saw a lot of Chrissy's.
And a lot of Chrissy's. My sister went as Chrissy. It was really cool. She got contacts for it, but she only did one eye. Like, so her whole eye was white, and then she did fake blood on one eye, but then one side was normal.
Oh, that's cool.
It was really cool. So that was a cool look.
Nice.
But I saw those costumes again at Spirit Halloween. I don't think I saw any Scoops Ahoy, actually, which was surprising.
We might have to scrounge.
That's okay. That's all right. But I don't know who could be for the new season. I could see maybe an iconic Dustin fit.
Yeah.
Or I could see,
I feel like Dustin, out of all of them, I feel like Dustin does have the most iconic outfits.
He does. And
he's got his little Hawaiian shirts. He has his little thinking cap.
He does have his thinking cap.
The Camp Nowhere shirts.
Yes.
I used to have one. I don't know. I think I got rid of it because it didn't fit anymore.
We need to get new ones. That's what I'm hearing. We got to go on Etsy.
This is true. This is
small business support, small businesses. And that's the episode.
That's the episode, folks. I mean, honestly, I think we've covered all our grounds pretty well. So if you want, I think this is a good time to wrap it out.
Alrighty. Sounds right. Sounds good.
Yeah, all right. So thank you, everyone, for joining us for this season 4 premiere of Stranger Things. We've got a lot of fun stuff planned for you this season.
Peculiar happenings.
Oh wait, did I say Stranger Things? You heard it here first, guys. We're actually Stranger Things.
We
or the
actually are.
show.
We wrote the show. We actually lied this whole time.
We are the
knew
Duffer Brothers.
everything.
No, sorry. Thank you for tuning in to the season premiere of Peculiar Happenings. We have a lot of really fun stuff planned this season, so make sure keep an eye out for our episodes on Fridays 6 to 7 on WDBL, but also uploaded to the Fredonia radio station's YouTube channel.
Indeed.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun stuff. Buckle up, and boy, oh boy, once those episodes start releasing,
Oh, you know.
it's gonna go crazy.
Fire.
All right, so that is all for Peculiar Happenings. I'm Shelby.
And I'm Lee.
Stay weird.